finally, we are going on the live.
I know. It's
It's
been
been
a
a
minute.
long
We've been
time
trying to
coming.
get this done for like months, I feel like.
Like for time and time and time. How long have I known you again? About 3 months, maybe?
Possibly, maybe longer at this point. I don't know. I think like since March or something. So, like
Yeah.
4 months maybe?
You're the first person that actually messaged me when I changed my content a bit and started like trying to explore other places in the Middle East. You were the first. As soon as I dropped the video, boom, I saw a message. I was like, rah. And I saw a uniform as well. I was like, what have I done? What have I done?
No, I was. It's so funny because I actually don't watch a lot of YouTube. I actually was like stumbled across you because I was really pumped for Eurovision. I was watching people review Yuval, and I was excited to see like do people like her because she's Israeli? Like I don't know the response, and you gave her such like love and respect, and I was like, who is this guy? Like I gotta message him and just say thank you. And then you did a video watching her story, and I was like, I gotta talk to this guy.
Who's
So
that
we,
boy? La la
yeah.
la 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 la. Who's that
Who's that
boy?
boy?
Yeah, Shay, the one and the only. Like for me, yeah. When I check music, like I don't really bother about where people are from. For me, it's about the talent. Just the talent, then the message. Those two
Absolutely.
things. Like if the message is, a certain kind of way, then it's not my vibe. I don't, mess with that at all. So that's it for me. Talent, message, then give me that raw energy. I love that vibe, the
Yeah.
passion and things like that.
I
So
was
yeah,
really
man.
impressed with you because not a lot of people give Jewish voices and Jewish stories a platform, and you did that immediately the moment you heard her story. And I was like, I don't like it's so rare for us to see that. Like, I hope you know, like, Jews, we rarely see non-Jews for like no reason just stand up for our community. So that's what really spoke to me. I was like, I like this guy.
Mm,
I gotta chat
mm.
with him. That was it.
Yeah, for me, it's about realness, in it. And then your message, like the way it came across in your message, I was like, you've got that vibe, Like we've got some similarity in our vibes and energy. And so far, like we've only been chatting. Imagine this is the first time that we're talking
Mm.
face to like, well, not
Yeah.
face to face, but almost like that,
One day
And
you're gonna
then
meet me in Israel, right? It's all gonna
come
be
on, come on, one day
one
soon.
day.
So you're from Canada, right? Well, you live in Canada, sorry.
I live in Toronto at the moment. Yeah,
Toronto. The way you
Toronto.
guys said it, Toronto. So what happened to the T? Where's the T?
We're
Where's Toronto? Not Toronto.
Toronto. They call it here.
Toronto.
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 Yeah, they're almost like the British people. Like like in England, like many words have like silent consonants. So it's a bit tough for a lot of people to come down to the UK and things like that.
Yeah.
So how long have you been in Canada, if I may ask?
So now I've been here about 4 years. I went
Mm.
to like middle school here, elementary middle school here, and then
Hmm.
I actually lived in New York for some time, and then I lived in Israel for some time, and then I came back during COVID, the end of COVID.
Oh, rah. Yeah.
So yeah, because everything was shutting down. I was living in Israel pre-COVID, and Israel's um like COVID rules were really restrictive, and I was like, I can't, like, I'm not gonna be able to work. So I came home,
Yeah.
and my plan was to go back to Israel. My plan is still to go back to Israel, but just life took off. I had
Oh, okay.
there and stuff. So the goal is to go back within the next few years and move there full time.
Mm. Oh, yeah, because I was gonna ask like why you like chose because you said you went to New York, then you went to
Yes.
Canada as well.
Yeah, I have a crazy life story actually. I don't know if you want to get into all that now. I know we have a lot,
I'm all ears. Like
buddy. You don't even know the half of it. It's a lot, but I've lived
that's
through a lot,
crazy.
honestly.
Yeah.
I moved out when I was about 14 years old,
Whoa.
from my family's house.
14.
Yeah, I was a little bit of a rebellious child. I grew up Orthodox, and my mom didn't
Yeah.
know what to do with me, so she kind of took me across the country out of somebody. I don't know who exactly gave her the advice, but someone was like, for troubled girls, take her here, and she dropped me off. And she didn't really know the background. She got this information from other people, expecting it
Yeah.
to be a safe space. Unfortunately, it was not. There was a lot of drugs in this space. So I was 14 and
Oh,
other girls
okay,
using
okay.
heavy drugs. And then I lived there for like, I ended up getting involved in like a Jewish youth group. And one of the advisors or the mentors in that group took me in. I lived with a family for a few years. I was very angry at my parents for leaving me, so I ended up moving to Israel after. And I only came back home after when I was like a little bit of an adult and I was ready to forgive. And when I came home, I realized I had a lot to unpack and work on with my family and
Yeah.
myself. And so now I've been living at home, like really trying to just, create a good foundation between me and my family and fix all of what has happened before I move on with my life. And I've been here now for 4 years. And thank God, me and my mom and my family have developed
Okay.
a beautiful relationship.
Wow, that's
But yeah,
beautiful. That's very positive. Really positive.
yeah, I mean, I was involved in the drug world for a long time. I'm now sober. Um, so I have quite the story.
Stand up for the champions, for the champions, for the champions. Stand
Trust
up.
me.
Like, do you know how many people have tried and they cannot?
It's
It's
not,
insane.
I've tried many times. I failed many times. It's not an easy path to,
Trust me, it's a madness. Like for you to have done it and come out still looking gracious like that, like it's a blessing.
yeah. But my story has given me a lot of different perspectives, and I've got to live so many different lives um, through that. So I think that's made me a very strong person. Maybe not in my teenage years, but as an adult,
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
definitely very um, like nuanced person. Like I have a lot of nuance. Grown up in the Orthodox community. I grew up in the modern Orthodox. I grew up secular. I was a drug addict. So I've done it all.
Yeah,
I've been
a bit of everything. Like you got
yeah.
mad experience in that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I lived in New York, so I lived in Long Island for a bit, and then I lived in Manhattan. And when I lived in Manhattan, all my friends, like I was like friends with people like in the hood, like I was like in, um, like Queens and the Bronx and stuff like that all the time. So I
Yo, you were
come
full
back
ghetto.
a little bit. Jews are the original. Like we had the original ghetto. So I'm always ghetto deep down.
What? So I
Yeah.
can imagine maybe you were dressed like how are you dressed then? Like were you dressed like what do you call those people that wear all black and black, everything black? Get like a got. Were you dressed like a got? Were you wearing like baggy stuff, all that thing?
Big earrings, big nails, and baggy jeans and little crop top. That's how I dressed back then. That's it. Some nice sneakers.
Insane.
Yeah.
That it? Yeah.
Some nice sneakers.
So like what made you then move to Canada?
Well, my family was here, and I hadn't really had a relationship with my mom for about 8 years. Like we would talk once
Oh,
in a while, and I would see her for a while. But when COVID hit, and I was in Israel, and then I was like, there's too many restrictions. So I went to New York because New York had like far less restrictions. I had grown up there, so I went to New York, um, and I loved it there. But I was kind of like running out of options with my addiction. I was kind of like falling apart mentally. I had just come out of the closet. I was dating all different kinds of people. And mentally, I was like at my wits' end. Um,
mm.
I wasn't doing well. I was also experiencing a lot of, honestly, in that point in my life, I was experiencing a lot
Yeah.
of anti-Semitism already, which was very shocking.
Okay.
I didn't expect that. I thought I'm gonna come out of the
Mm-hmm.
closet. Cool, I'm white passing. I'm gonna be like embraced by this queer community. I'm gonna like be partying. I'm gonna feel so good about myself. But I
You were
think
like,
that
sorry to cut you short. You were like, I'm coming out. I want the
I
world to
just
know.
know.
You're like, and they went, zzz. They were like, no, sorry. You,
Yeah, pretty
mm-mm.
much. Yeah, I was
That's
really shocked.
insane.
Um,
Yeah.
I think that point in my life I experienced like the most anti-Semitism At like whether it be verbal or physical. Like I did experience some. I've been hate crime before. And most of the times I've been hate crimed have been in New York City. Um,
Wow. So
so
sorry. Was it like they asked you where you're from, or you just came out saying, "Oh, guys, I'm from here." Like, how did they find out?
so I always wore a Jewish star. I always wore my Jewish star.
Oh,
Um,
the star,
Now, since October 7th, I have it tattooed on me. I also got
permanent.
Hebrew words on me. I got, I've been branded
Boom,
Israel on
boom,
my.
branded, branded. Like,
You
bring
can't,
it
you
on.
can't. Um,
That's mad.
no.
I mean, like, you shouldn't be ashamed of your identity. Oh, well, that's what I think. Like, people shouldn't be put down because of things they can't change. Because anyone could have been born black, Jewish, white. In fact, I don't know, maybe even some people could have been born as animals. Like, you don't choose, how you come to the earth, right?
No.
But your choices when you are here are the things that you can change. So
Yeah.
I think that people should be judged based on their merit, not on where they come from, basically, and how they look. And how is it like in Canada compared to maybe New York? Like, how's life been there?
So it's hard to say because when I was living in New York, I was living like in the city. So
Mm-hmm.
I was a lot more diverse. Now I'm living at home. I live in the Jewish community. I live like Jewish communities
In
were
the
very
kibbutz, Canadian kibbutz.
basically a little kibbutz, yeah. But we just like we're very like we kind of stick together. So it's like the whole neighborhood is Jewish. Um, on the one hand, that makes me feel more safe because I know everyone around me is like me. On the other hand, we do have. It's not like I'm alone in the city and someone will just like start with me. 'Cause I'm not alone in the city, but we do have a lot of people come to our community to instigate attacks. We have protests often, especially on my street.
Rah, rah. Are you for real? In London happens as well.
Yeah, so we
I've
have a
seen it,
lot
a
of,
lot of it.
yeah, they come protest outside of synagogues, outside of schools. They also, we've had like hate crimes where they destroy Jewish businesses, spray paint Jewish homes. There has been like individual attacks where Jews have been like beaten or stuff like that. But it's
Beaten.
Oh yeah. That's more common though in the city because when a Jew's like you have to understand people who are hateful like this are usually cowards. So they're coming when you're like they see a Jew alone, they're like I'm gonna come for you. In our neighborhood, they usually come in groups or they come at night. So like we'll be asleep and we'll wake up and we'll see like three Jewish businesses were targeted. Their windows have been smashed. Hateful messages have been graffitied on their
That's
walls.
crazy.
Um, or they come in like mobs where there's like hundreds of them protesting and they're walking down the street and with like they'll call it a pro-Palestinian rally, but they'll be calling us really anti-Semitic names or slurs. I've been
That's
called
mad.
a Dio bitch. I don't know, like Nazi stuff like that. There was once when I was driving home from work and I wasn't
Yeah.
aware that there was a protest going on, and they surrounded my car and they were like banging on the windows and saying names. They were wearing keffiyehs, their faces were covered. Um, so that hasn't happened. That's only happened once, but it was very frightening and very shocking to say the least.
Yeah.
Um,
That's
yeah,
crazy.
it really,
Uh,
it really
someone put in a comment, Plarisap said, it doesn't matter how you are born or which color you are born. You are a beautiful person and we should always love each other. And May Sheta said, Shady, thank you for spreading the truth. To be honest, yeah, what I do is more of fact finding, should I
Mhm.
say? Yeah, because I'm more like searching. Because a lot of things that I talk about are things that I didn't even know about before. Like sometimes I will research something, I'll spend like 2 3 days researching something, and I'll be like, "Whoa, I can't believe this," and then I'll share it. And sometimes it's a reaction. Sometimes as I'm watching the video, that's when I find out the information myself.
Yeah,
So it's not like I pre-watch my videos most of the time. Sometimes I know, sometimes I don't.
yeah.
So for me, it's about learning. I believe that we should all learn. learn and know what's going on around the world and things like that. And so like being in Canada, what's one thing you still haven't gotten used to being there? Because
The vibe, like the energy of people here. Everyone says Canadians are very kind, but it's a weird. It's not a kindness that I like. It's like polite, but it's not real. You know what I mean? They'll be like, "Oh, like sorry, thank you," but there's not. I lived in New York. I lived in Israel, where people will be rude to your face, but you'll make a best friend on the train. You know what I mean? They'll be like, "Oh, come over, let's hang out after." Here, you don't make friends here. Like you have to like really be like in a certain community to be making friends. Um, it's a different kind of energy. I'm not used to that yet. It's not like a bad thing per se. Some people like that. Some people like that, they keep to themselves and everyone does their own thing. But I'm very much like, because I'm Jewish, I'm very community based. So I'm always talking to people. I'm always making friends everywhere I go. And people are shocked by me. They're like, wow, you're so like outgoing and kind and like, and I'm just like, you guys need to lighten up. Like just talk to people. Like it's easy. Yeah, that and the cold.
yeah,
I'll never hate the cold. I hate the cold.
yeah, because I mean, like Israel is hot, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Do you
I
have
mean
like
the
winter, like
but
snow?
it's not the same here. Like
Mm.
winters there, like it gets cold and it rains a lot, but here it's like snowing. The winters last longer. You're wearing like layers, hats, and scarves, and
Ah,
gloves, boots, and you're
ah, that's insane, man. Like I don't think I can do that. Like me living in the UK, I've not been to Scotland because of the cold. That's my main reason for not going to Scotland. I mean, I can go in maybe summertime one day, maybe, but I mean, like, most of the year, like in the UK, it's pretty cold. And I'm not like a big fan of cold at all. So,
yeah.
Scotland, I've not been. So, imagine going to Canada with all that cold, like snow
Our
that is
summer,
like knee deep.
our summers are warm though. Our summers are warm.
Yeah,
It's yeah, it gets nice in the summertime. Absolutely. Where in the UK are you located?
London.
London. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
London. Okay,
England. Yeah, of
big
course,
city.
man. Has to be London. Has to be London. So
Okay.
like you said like you faced a bit of anti-Semitism like in New York, in America. In Canada as well, you said people like those protesters came in attacking businesses. But like you as a person, like did you have any experience like that of being directly targeted?
In general or in Toronto?
In Toronto.
So in Toronto, there's one thing that I specifically like remember. So in Toronto, marijuana is legalized, so we have dispensaries everywhere.
Is it
So
legalized?
it is legalized, and you can get weed anywhere. I don't really agree with that, but it is. It makes it very difficult once you become sober.
And
But
you see the police, like the police see you with the weed and they allow you to go, oh, can I puff, please?
well, I've never been asked if they can have a pup, but they don't care. Like you're just chilling. But I was once in a dispensary, and so the way the dispensary works is you walk around, and the workers come to you. They come to you, and you're like, "How can I help you? What are you looking for?" So a worker came up to me, and he said to me, "Hey, can I help you? What are you looking for?" I tell him what I'm looking for, and there's a guy behind me, and he starts freaking out. He's not talking to me, he's talking to someone else, and he's like, "Oh, this fucking bitch, like I was here first. She took my spot. She must be Jewish. She
No
must be."
way.
And I turned around. I got so mad, and they were in the middle of checking me out, and I said, "What did you say to me?" And he said, "I didn't say, I wasn't talking to you." And I said, "What did you just say? I know what you just said. I heard you." And he said, "Well, am I wrong?" I said, "You're not wrong, but what are you talking about?" And we just started fighting there, and the workers were like, "Guys, like it's not worth it. Just go outside." I went outside. My girlfriend was waiting in the car, and I was red in the face, and I was like, "You have no clue what just happened." So she got out the car. She waited for him to come out. We started fighting in the parking lot. He started cussing us out, and we were like,
This-
"We're in a Jewish
Wow.
neighborhood under Jewish tax dollars. You better watch your mouth." And we started fighting with him. He got in his
Oh,
he spat at us. We got back.
that's
And
crazy.
yeah,
Like things just went from 0 to 100 real quick, like proper.
he was
That is
like, "You just
insane,
get
bro.
everything you want. You're privileged." I was like, "Buddy, the worker came to me." But that wasn't the point because he was just like there at that point I was wearing long sleeves. Like there was nothing to show that I was Jewish. He just saw somebody and he was
Yeah.
in a Jewish neighborhood and he assumed that I was Jewish and he happened to
Yes,
be
yeah.
right. We got into a big fight. We got into a
Yeah.
big fight. That was like a bigger incident. Other than that, like I get like a lot of microaggressions and comments.
I see.
That was bigger. That was something that was like, oh, we can like beat each other up. If he didn't run off in his truck once he saw me and my girlfriend, we might have gone into a physical fight.
Wait, was it a big guy like that, or was it just like some
Nah, nah,
slim?
nah. I could have shaken him easy, easy. No, no, no.
You're gonna
Little
knock
like
him out in
white
it
guy
with some
in his
Krav
50s.
Krav
I'm
Maga.
like, yeah, I was like, I'll snap you. Like, I mean, I turned around so quickly. I was ready to fight. I was like, what you talking? Like, what are you talking about? Because you picked the wrong person. Like, someone might have just been like, oh, like I don't want to get hate crime. Let me leave. I was like, what did you just say? Say that to my face. And we were in the dispensary. People there all looking. I was yelling, and he was like,
Man,
I didn't say
cut.
anything wrong. It's true, isn't it? It's true. You guys have all this privilege. You think you can get whatever you want. I was like, buddy, I'm just looking for a smoke. Like, please relax. But
Oh, yes, you said something. But before I ask you, let me just read what this person here said. Someone called Jibin said, "That's how weed works, innit?" Then Sentimental said, "Yeah, okay, they have to know sometimes in Israel, except for Mount Hermon." Okay, insane. Yeah, anyway, you were talking about privilege that he said, oh, you guys get privileges. So there's this thing going on around rumors that Jews have privileges in the world. That in fact you guys rule the world and that you guys control the banks, control the media, control the money, control this, control that. You're the chosen people. Any land you want, you choose. You say it's been yours for 3,000 years. What do you have to
but
say to that?
buddy, I wish. I wish.
So
Where is this money? How do I control the media? Like, let me know how I can control the weather. Like, I don't know. This is an old stereotype that's been repackaged and repurposed over and over again. It's one of the oldest conspiracy theories in the world. Um, it's an excuse, and it's an excuse to justifiably hate Jews. And it's
mm,
not true. I think
yeah,
there's a
okay.
misconception. I don't know where this term of like Jewish privilege, Jewish superiority, like there's no backing for it. It's very
Yeah.
strange here because it's like what privilege? People speak about white privilege. I think Jews who are white passing have conditional white privilege, meaning that they'll walk into a room and they might have this white privilege until they mention something Jewish, until they are
And
shown
that's
their and you see it all the time, and at least I see it. Like someone will be talking to me and then they'll find that I'm Jewish and their whole body language will change. The questions they ask me will change. So I would say that privilege is very conditional and just inaccurate. Um, I think Jews have to work double as hard because of this like conspiracy theory. Like people don't want to give us things, think that we are privileged. Um, we definitely don't control the media. If so, I think we would have a better rap, and I think people would like us more.
yeah.
The amount of hate we get, I mean, if we control the media, we're doing a shit job. That's what I have to say about that. And regarding like access to money and power, I mean, it's not true. Like, you can find like Jews who are rich and powerful for sure, but you can find rich and powerful people in every community. There isn't like a unequal amount of power or richness that Jews are getting. Just like factually, like it's just incorrect.
Yeah.
And it's a very dangerous stereotype. I also think, um, I just think that people like to like call Jews white so that they have reason to hate on us. But the truth is, white people don't even get as much as hate as we do. So if you're gonna conflate Judaism with white people, then be like logically like equal with that. So you better be hating on white people the way you hate on us, but they don't. They don't.
Mm,
So
mm.
um it's
Yeah,
not
that's
true. Like
interesting.
that's what I have to say about it. It's not true, and it's very harmful. Most Jews, I think like the farthest back most Jews I know is either their grandparents or their great grandparents is like the closest that they've lived in like safety. Most Jews are refugees, whether it be from Europe, from the Middle East, from Africa. The list goes on and on. Most Jewish families are like either they are refugees or they're children of refugees or grandchildren of refugees. So there is no generational wealth because most of us either our money was taken by previous like governments or communities that hated us, or we were kicked
Yeah.
out and running for our lives. So we don't really
Oh, I
have
see.
wealth, this generational wealth that people speak of. Jews happen to be very successful, but I think that's because we work very hard to fit into society and to keep living. And I think our traditions and our ancestors and our history gives us that like resilience to keep going and to be successful. And I think people truthfully just hate that. Like it's very hard to see a community that's been so marginalized and oppressed and put down come out and be successful. Like it's not what people expect. So I think there's just a lot of hate, and therefore it turns into conspiracy theories that we must have like this like deeper like reason for being successful, and it's not the
You
case.
know, they say like now these are things that I've heard, right? They say like when Jewish people go to buy things, go shopping or go to like engage in business, and they see a Jewish person's business and a non-Jewish person, that they always choose the Jewish person, even if it is twice the price. They say that is standard, that Jews will only go to Jews, that they don't care if it is even 10 times the price. They will use all their money to go to just the Jewish person and leave the other person. Like that Jews always choose Jews and seclude other people. And that is why, like even in London, like in North London, you have Jewish communities that Jews only stick to each other. They don't date outside their, outside their ethnicity and things like that.
Mhm.
Like all of these things, are they just stereotypes? What do you make of that? Because these are things that people always say to me, always say to me.
I don't think that it's like always true that Jews only go and work with Jews, but I think it is very common. I think that in general, Jews have a fear of working with people who might secretly like hate them. Like this is very common. Like I go into
Mm.
spaces here, the moment I tell them that I'm Jewish or I'm Israeli, will they turn against me? Um, so often if I can choose between a Jew or a non-Jew, I will choose a Jewish business unless it's a non-Jew who I'm friends with. Then I'm happy to like support. But also, I think people forget how recent like our
Holocaust?
trauma is. Like the Holocaust specifically. Like my grandmother was born in a DP camp, a displaced persons camp,
Oh, okay. Oh, that's
and
crazy.
I think that trauma like lives with you. Like knowing that people at any minute can turn on you, and we've seen it. Like I've seen it in my life. I lost pretty much all of my friends after October 7th. People switch up on you very quickly. And my I was always told by my family and my grandparents like trust Jews first because they won't turn your back on you. And I always as a kid was like you guys are just racist. Like you guys are just racist. You don't know what you're talking about. That's so like twisted and backwards and that's not how we should treat people until I
Mm.
experienced it myself. And I realized you really don't know who you can trust. And I even have non-Jewish friends to this day who are my friends, and there will always be in the back of my head, what is it going to take for them to turn around on me? What are they going to hear from someone else? What are they going to what is it going to be because they want to fit in with a certain crowd? Like what's it going to take for them to leave me? Because when it
Yeah.
happens and it's not happening with one person, it's happening like 30 plus people, you're like is there
Yeah.
something wrong with me? So I
Mm,
do
mhm,
think that
mhm,
fighting
mhm. I
change.
think they're taking out their wrath on the wrong people, because for me, like, as a person, like, if I feel a country is going wrong, like for me, it's not about the people themselves. It's for me, that's how I see it. I see it as a government. If you want to hate someone, like a country for something, direct your hate at the government. Because even in Nigeria we have quite a lot of issues. Like we have a lot of issues, but you wouldn't see anyone attacking Nigerians, saying, "Oh, Nigerians are this." People more of talk like we Nigerians more of talk about the government. Our government is a bit terrible. So yeah. But anyway,
Yeah,
anyway.
absolutely. I think that Jews have a very like different experience with that. And I think it's,
Sorry, I'm gonna take you to the kitchen.
please take me to the kitchen. Are you feeding me?
Because excuse me, I'm making some food.
What are we making? Some Nigerian food?
Oh, I'm making some hot. Actually, it's Korean.
Oh,
It's some hot Korean noodles.
noodles?
I'll put today. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
noodles. Proper hot, like spicy, spicy.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's like.
I just switched it off. I switched it off before we here, and you see the house going up in smoke.
I love spicy. Korean food is one of my favorite foods, actually.
Can you
So
handle spicy food though? Are you sure you can
I
handle
love.
it? You're gonna burn.
If you knew me in like real life, you would think I'm crazy because I have Ashkenazi genes, meaning I have the like Jewish, European, like generational genes. Like our guts are not meant to process the food I eat. I be putting
What?
like hot peppers, jalapenos, Thai chili peppers, Scotch bonnet, like
Ha-
every hot sauce. I cannot eat food that's not spicy, and it tears up my stomach. And I and my friend's always like you're gonna get an ulcer. Like you need to stop. Like I'm worried about you. And I'm
Have you tried Caribbean jerk chicken?
I have.
Ooh, that thing. Ooh.
I can handle my spice though. I eat like a lot. Like I eat way more spicy food than I think most people do. I eat a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah,
I hot sauce plain. Like it's a little bit weird.
yeah. Ah, that's crazy, man. Like, so let's say there's a question I really want to ask you. Is like, so, like you with your friends now, for instance, maybe acquaintances, and then or random people, and then suddenly people just realize that you're Jewish, or maybe you say, "Oh, I'm from Israel." Like, how do you handle that? Oh, you're from Israel. What do you think about the war? Or they go Israel or Palestine?
Okay, this is hard. At the beginning of the war, I had a lot of friends. Like I told you, I lived in New York. I was hanging out. Most of my friends were like Dominican, and my ex girlfriend was Armenian. Like I had a lot of like different kinds of people in
Oh,
my life.
Armenia.
Yeah, I had a lot of different kinds of people in my life who were not Jewish. In fact, most of my friends at that point were not Jewish. When October 7th happened, um, it was devastating. I think it was probably the worst day of my life. I knew someone who was,
Really sorry to hear that. Yeah.
yeah, no, it was bad. And not everyone, but a lot of my friends, before they had even stopped, like before Israel had even reacted or before the bodies were found, they were posting stuff like, um, long live the resistance, and they were posting that they're, these people are warriors and they're doing such great things. And I was shocked, and I messaged some of them. Some of them immediately blocked me. One person sent me a TikTok, sent me a TikTok and said,
Yeah.
educate yourself. And I was like, educate myself. I lived there. And she said, F you, Jew, and blocked me. That was crazy because she was one of my closest friends.
No
My,
way.
yeah, my best friend at the time, um, it really breaks my heart. My best friend at the time, I was telling her about everything going on, and she was like, this is so hard. You're going through it. And one day she messaged me, and she was like, I'm so sorry to do this to you, but I have to go to this rally, and I have to post. And I was like, you really don't have to go. It's like October 10th. Like, you don't have to go anywhere. Like, please don't do this. And she was like, I have to. I have to. And this was my best friend. And
Mm.
I, it's really painful to think about it because at that point it was so raw. I was so miserable. I was like crying. I couldn't believe like all my friends had left me. My girlfriend
I
too,
can
none
imagine.
are her friends anymore. She has no friends left, um, from before October
Mm.
7th. And I think actually maybe one friend, but that friend happens to have a sister who's Jewish, and so she had a different perspective. But everyone else, like, no longer friends. And yeah, so that time I was very heartbroken. Now I get comments all the time. I was at a meeting once,
Yes.
and someone asked me to drive them home. I drove them home, and they started talking about, listen, I don't care about your political stance, right, left, whatever. She started talking about America and Trump and whatever, and I don't care what your opinion is. And she started comparing Trump to Hitler, and I said, please, like, please don't do that. Like, please, that's where I draw the line. You don't have to like the guy. Do not compare him to Hitler. And she
Yeah.
was, oh, let me get my friend. She's a really good, like, um, she's really like good at talking about this. She brings her friend out. Her friend gets in my car, and they start talking to me about the genocide in America. And I'm like, guys, like, please, like, language is so important. And they start asking me, and I'm my family's Holocaust survivors. Like, they're like, where are you from? They were trying to find out. They asked me for a DNA test to prove that I was Jewish and not European. And then one of
Insane.
them started talking about, like, oh, not all Jews are Zionists. And I was like, I'm a Zionist, actually. And she asked me to confirm that I am not a genocidal maniac and that I don't kill babies.
Oh,
And I was just like, it's like, it wasn't even like pro-Israel, pro-Palestine. It's like, oh, you're a Zionist? Do you kill babies? And I was holding myself back from being like, don't check my trunk. I got them all back there. Like, what am I supposed to say to that?
and
I
then
was
you
just,
kill babies and that. Like,
yeah,
to that kill baby thing, yeah. Honestly, like something came to my mind one time. Yeah, something came to my mind, but I've never said it. I've never even written it down or said it out loud, even to myself. But I always just thought it in my head. All these people, all of them that march and say, "Oh, you baby killers, you kill babies." I started thinking. I said, "Has any of you ever committed abortion? Then, if you have, you're a baby killer, definitely too." Because like if you say that, then you have you have no right to call other people this. I mean,
yeah,
everyone has the right to do what they want to do with their bodies. That's their business, right? But still, like just pointing fingers at people without actual fact. Well, if I say actual facts now, people say, "Oh, there are facts on ground. Babies have died," but then people don't want to look at the real full picture
like,
of everything that's going on. You see, that is the problem. One time I met someone that was a pro-Palestinian, right? And they said, "Oh, they hope I'm not pro-Israeli." And I said, whatever I am doesn't really matter. I said, but what matters to me now is about facts. And we're like, oh, what? Because they were expecting me to say, yes, I'm pro-Palestine straight away. They're like, they just started telling me about things that Israel have been doing. And me, I'm a very patient guy. I can listen to you rant and rant and rant and rant and rant. Even if I don't support you, I can listen. I will listen to everything attentively. I listened. She talked and talked and talked and talked. She never let me talk. When she finished, I just realized that, you know what? There's no need for me to say anything from any point of view. So I just said, okay, all the things that you've said right now, I said, come, let's pick it up. So we just looked up what she said, and then we checked everything in detail, and she saw that she had only half truths. She said, oh, she didn't know this. I said, one. Then second one, the third one, the fourth one, everything she was saying, we searched it up, and we're looking at credible sources, and she was like, oh my God, that she had no idea. Then she said, you know what, she's going to research and then we're going to have a chat. So I didn't really even tell her my point of view yet. So I said,
yeah,
okay, it's fine. She's researching. This was like 2 weeks ago. So she's going to research and then we're going to have a sit down, have a chat. Because I said to her, listen, I'm open to conversation. Teach me. Then I might be wrong. Just teach me and let me know something. Like it's just crazy the way people just, manipulate, turn things around to suit them or just speak half truths like that, like calling someone baby killer, baby killer. I think it's unfair.
I also think that often in conversation when I speak to people who are part of the Free Palestine movement, it's very black and white. It's either Israel or Palestine. I don't. I think there are people in our community who are like either Israel or Palestine, but the majority of the people I speak to, that's not our belief at all. We just want safety and peace. Like, I'm pro-Palestine. I'm absolutely pro-Palestine. Palestinian people, they are on the land. They exist. They deserve to have freedoms and rights, just like any other community.
Mm-hmm.
However,
Mm-hmm.
the Palestine movement has become very corrupted, and there's been so much hatred, like vitriol hatred and anti-Semitism, like just sewn into the fabric of this movement, that it's very hard to separate the two at this point. And it's very much dangerous territory at this moment, because if you go to a Palestinian protest as a Jew, you're probably going to see swastika. You're probably going to see either the Israeli flag being compared to Nazism. You're going to see dehumanization of Jewish people,
Yeah.
dehumanization, like you're going to see Jewish, like anti-Semitic Jewish caricatures. You're going to see really nasty things. You're going to hear some really nasty words. And
I don't know, terrible.
because of that, I do not align myself with the Free Palestine movement. But if you met me before October 7th, I was a vocal advocate for Palestinian people and their rights and their freedom from Hamas and for equal rights in the land. So I no longer speak about that, not because I don't care about it anymore, but because I'm at a point that I have to stand up for myself and advocate for my own community because we are
Mm.
at this point. So this is where it's very hard because when I speak to people on that movement and I try to find common ground, they don't want to find common ground. They want me to say we are colonizers, we are white people, we have no culture, and we've stolen your land, and we're awful, and we should leave. That's what they want to hear. They don't want to hear, well,
Anything
I'm
else? Yeah.
here, we're both living here, we both have history and culture here. Let's find a path to peace. That's not the
Mm.
case. And they just want to point fingers. Well, this baby was killed. I saw a video. I saw this, and a lot of their videos and their sources are not accurate, or are just like blips in like a full story. So it's very hard to have conversations with people who are not. They're honestly not educated. Anyone who says to me that Israel has forever been Palestine and has never been anyone else's land and it's always been owned by the Palestinian people, which is a huge argument in this space. You can't have a conversation then because it's historically inaccurate and it's not based in truth. And so we're kind of just stuck at a point where I'm like, well, that's not the truth. And they're like, yes, it is. And so the conversation's over. And I'm not denying your rights or your culture or your history in this land, but I'm not going to sit here and be lied to and just be like, yeah, you're right. Because
You know.
anyone who's willing to go far back enough knows that Jews are from Judea, and Judea is in Israel. So
Mm. I
it's
was,
a very hard conversation to have with people because we just get like stuck at this same spot over and over again. So yeah.
oh, me, I'll tell you what I tell people. Like the pro-Palestinian girl that spoke to me. In fact, even some Palestinian guy that I met, right? That when we spoke, this when they said they spoke their truth to me. One thing I said to them was that, oh, really? I said, okay, show me. That's it. I just like I didn't even bother to say it. I said, show me, let's see. Then once we search it and we look, then they see that okay, actually, yes, it is true. Like even the Palestinian guy was saying, he said yes, that he knows the real history of the land and everything that happened. And he was very willing to talk. He said he's watched my videos and he's seen my perspective and he feels that it would be like a good avenue for us to speak. So I was like, yeah, man, let's do it. So we're gonna do a video. We're yet to do it. I quickly just want to talk about the kind of hate that you guys experience, right? Is really, really terrible. And I wouldn't say I've experienced hate like you guys, but there was something I experienced when I first moved to the UK. Well, in the early years, maybe about 8 years ago now or 9 years ago. Like so, obviously I'm black. So yeah, like in case you didn't notice, I'm just trying to
Really
make I'm not sure myself. Like, let me see.
say everything.
I mean, I'm not as black as this, but hopefully.
It's pass. It's all right. We'll let it slide.
So, so I met some. Then I went on this online dating app. And I was chatting to some girl. We were just talking, talking, talking. We got pretty for like a month. Like I felt like I was being smooth. Like it flowed. Like things was just right. She was like, I can't wait to meet you. She was a British black. She can't wait to meet. I was like, yeah, yeah. We set up the date and everything. We are gonna meet like, let's say today. We are meant to meet today. And then I was like, okay, yeah, we're gonna meet so. So I said, cool. Then she was like, oh, by the way, she said, what's my country of origin? Because obviously she knows I told her I was from Africa, but I didn't say where. She was like, what's your country of I said Nigeria. She was like, what? Yeah. She was like, no, 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 no. I said, what do you mean? She was like, no, no, Nigerians, No, 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 no. I don't like Nigerians. That you Nigerians are this, you Nigerians are that, you Nigerians are this, that. Thing just shut down.
Oh.
Honestly, at that point, I was
And she
like,
was also a black woman, you mentioned.
she what?
You said she was also black?
Yeah, she was black as well.
Where was she from?
She was a Caribbean something black, but
You just
British.
found out where she was from and then thrown the stereotypes back at her.
No,
Oh, where are
you know,
you from? I don't know if I can handle all that. That's
no.
I heard about you.
I was shocked. Like, honestly, I was so shocked because I didn't think people hate people because of like where they're from. I was just
Yeah.
shocked. I was like, is she joking? Because I thought she was joking. We talk and we joke a lot. So I thought she was joking. I was like, she must be joking, you know. Oh, my next message is no reply. Next minute blocked. And that was it. Just because I'm originally Nigerian. That's the only reason why.
Well, then you're
Only.
basically you know what it's like to be Jewish.
It, well,
This
so
is
it's a bit, yeah, it's a
it's
bit
very
different, bro.
especially like social media. I mean, you have a much bigger following than me, and I'm shocked that we're having this phone call, and I haven't seen any hate comments yet because when I post reels, I have like 600 followers. I'll get like hundreds of hate comments, and I sometimes delete them, sometimes I don't because I just don't have the energy. And honestly, I think it's good to keep out for people to see because people are continuously denying the hatred. And I'm like, just look at my post because it's right there. I've had to delete some because they were very graphic. People have told me like
Mm,
different ways they want to murder me and
no
like drawn
way.
out a picture, how they want to like take advantage of me or my mom like sexually. Um, like I've been called everything under the sun. And you asked me before like how do I feel emotionally about it? Like I said at the beginning it was very hard. Now at this point we've come at such a point where it's like pretty much every day I get hate, whether it be online or in real life. It's normal. It is normal to me. I walk through the world and I expect people to hate me.
It
Um,
shouldn't be normal.
It shouldn't be, but like that's where we're at, and I think it's very sad that it's like very underestimated. People don't talk about it. They deny what's happening, or like, oh, it's not that big of a deal, or you can just take off your Jewish star or whatever it is. But it's very common, and nobody should hide who they are. It's very
Uh,
common.
there's a comment. There's a comment here by Mina Kehayan. I guess she's from Armenia because of the Kehayan. Said no hate comment, but you realize that Israel is committing genocide, as ICJ says.
Am I in charge of responding to this? Simple answer. I'm not going to go into all the deets. Israel's not committing a genocide. Israel is in a very deep and unfortunate war. Unfortunately, we are at war with a terrorist organization who has said outright, plainly, and straightforward that they want to kill all Jewish people. I don't know what you would do if a terrorist group came into your home and killed hundreds of thousands of people. I think it was about over 1,200 people were murdered, over 200
Yeah, I
people.
heard that.
I don't know why people expect Israel or any community to sit still and do nothing. Um, we are defending ourselves, and it might not be pretty, and it might not be the best way. There can always be a better way to do something, but the truth is, when you're in war, there isn't always it isn't always easy to be like the to do it perfectly. We're doing the best we can with the tools we have and in the situation we have when the world hates us. And is the International Court of Justice lying? Yes. I don't know how to say this better. The world, as I am explaining, is very anti-Semitic, and it's not just individual people. It is organization. It is humanitarian organizations. It is social justice warriors. All of these people are capable and often are anti-Semitic, and so often they do lie because it paints us as the bad guys, and it props up this narrative that the Jews are the bad guy. The only Jewish nation in the world, we are the size of New Jersey, we are tiny, and somehow we are committing a genocide against the whole Arab nation. They cannot defend themselves when they're like
About 50 something or something.
bigger. So it's absolute BS. And on top of that, I don't understand why there's such a huge focus on Israel. Because I understand if you have a problem with all these other countries, what's going on in the Congo, Sudan, Syria, South
Nigeria.
uh, Nigeria, like this is happening in so many places, and there's such an emphasis on Israel when Israel is fighting a war, a justified war. Israel does not want to do this. Israel owned Gaza. It was our land. They gave this land to the Palestinians. They renamed it Gaza in 2005. They displaced hundreds of, I don't even know how many people. I
Yeah,
can't say. They
yeah,
just so many
yeah.
people that they can have this land. They have taken this land and they've turned it into rubble and they've turned it into a war zone, and they will not stop sending missiles and rockets and terrorists into our home. So no, it's not a genocide. That's where I'm gonna leave it. I don't know.
Okay,
Mina,
amazing. Well
you're
done.
and I see genocide from far away. I'm Jewish, baby. I'm Jewish. You think I don't know what genocide looks like? Are you so fucking be so fucking for real with me right
You
now?
know, you know what? Let me ask me now a question.
And my heart goes out to the Armenian people. I always stand with
Yeah.
marginalized people, and I've dated an Armenian person. I love the Armenians, but just because you're Armenian doesn't mean that you are not susceptible to anti-Semitic rhetoric and conspiracy theories. So check yourself and listen when Jews are talking. Okay, sit down.
Okay, so like something that I noticed about this whole thing that's going on is that nowhere in the world have I ever seen that a nation at war with another nation, yeah, is being demanded of to feed the country that they are attacking or that's attacking them. Like, look at Russia. No one's telling Russia to feed Ukraine. They're not saying Russia must send food to Ukraine. I've not heard that at all. Or I don't know which other country, But
Yeah.
then on the news, it's saying Israel have to give Gaza water. They have to give them food. They have to give all of this, all of this, all of this. I mean, I heard it, I saw it as well, and I'm seeing it going on, and they're blaming Israel for the humanitarian thing, only to find out that it is the UN that is not sending the food in. I've been seeing videos. The UN at once stockpiling the food, and they're even rotting away. How people found out was because independent journalists went in. I know journalists are not allowed in there, but somehow there was this British guy that's like a military personnel. I think he went with. So I can't remember the full story. I've not watched it all yet, but he reported on it. Then a few other reporters also reported on it, and then some I can't remember what country, pro-Palestinian people, for the first one of the first times I saw Palestinians protesting for the right cause. They were protesting against to the UN. They went to the UN office and they're protesting that the UN should release the food. This was like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for Mina, like it's just a question for her. Like when Azerbaijan attacked Armenia, were they bringing food to Armenia or something like that? I mean, you say Armenia, they are close to my heart, really
Yeah.
close. I've been to Armenia like 3, 4 times. I spent like first time like a week, second time a week, third time like almost 3 weeks. So I've been going to Armenia a lot because I really love that country. They're so amazing. Very small, but
Yeah.
really amazing people.
Well, they were bigger before they were colonized and ethnically cleansed. But yeah.
Yeah. It's insane. Yeah, I know what's going on with Armenia and Azerbaijan. I saw the whole thing. Like, to be honest, like I just don't know where to start because everywhere there's a conflict, there's a war, there's something going on right now. But you guys have it worst. Worse than anyone at all.
I don't think it's like a game of who has it worse, but I do think objectively, I think Jews all over the world suffer when there is tension in Israel and in the Middle East, disproportionately to any other community. I don't know why. Um, because like let's say for example like you were saying Russia and Ukraine before, like if a Russian person, even though there's war in their country, still has love for their country, they're not going to get hate for that. They're going to say, I love my country, it's beautiful, I miss it, I miss when we were out of war, I
Yeah.
miss the food, I miss the culture. No one's going to um, put them down for that. But when it comes to Jews and Israelis, it's a different story. You're not allowed to like be comfortable with the fact that you are from Israel, or that
Mm.
you have roots there. Mina, I'm also a grandchild of a genocide survivor, and you can't see a genocide via social media. I'm sorry to break it to you, sweetie. You're not getting the facts.
Let's
I'm
ignore
all I can
let's
say is
ignore me now.
okay. I'm gonna ignore her, but you can't
Yeah,
come
let's
to
ignore me now. Like because I'm trying to get your vibe, feel
Israel.
your energy.
I think she
Sorry
should come.
about that.
She'll love
Hmm?
it. I think she should visit Palestine. I think she'll love it.
Yeah, I mean, like for me, one reason why I'm visiting Israel, like I I actually agreed to go, was because one, I checked what's going on, and I know missiles are going on there. People told me that Shady, you're crazy, buy bulletproofs, buy this and that and that. I've heard some people saying, well, I should need to go for military training before I go in, so I'm ready for anything that's gonna happen. But then when you talk about something, like it's important for you to go there. So I talked a lot about Germany. I visited Germany a lot. I talked
Mhm.
about Armenia. I visited Armenia. Okay, I talked about Romania a lot. I visited Romania. Like countries I talk about, I make sure I visit. You know,
Yeah.
the only country I didn't visit was Indonesia. Yeah, that's the one I couldn't visit because it's a long story. But they're the ones that I know I didn't visit. But almost every other country I've spoken about, I visited. Like Israel now, I want to visit it as well to see what's going on. And
Yeah.
there's no way I'm gonna. So if a country is Sharia compliant, for me to go there, the chances of me going there is going to be really tough because I know how Sharia law kind of looks like, and I don't want to break a law. You know, I believe in obeying laws of a country. When I'm going to go,
Yeah.
I have to know all the Sharia laws, practice, know how, okay, I'm going to behave like this, you know. But yeah, so that's one reason why I've not been to anywhere that's Sharia compliant so far.
Yeah.
But only just either Christian countries or secular countries or even
Yeah.
Buddhist countries. I don't mind. You know, but I don't want to go somewhere and someone gets offended that, oh, he's walking down the road, he held the girl's hand. He's walking down the road, oh, he's drinking alcohol, oh, he's doing this. And then, oh, they want to cut off his hand because they thought he stole something. You know, someone can steal something and then they blame someone else and they chop off your hand and they'll be like, oh, we're sorry. It's a mistake. You can't fix my hand.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that. I just want to stay away from it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I respect
mm,
that. That's a healthy decision. I think it's important when you visit a country to respect the policies and the laws, and I think that's good.
important.
Um, I think that's a good way of
Yeah.
going about. Um,
Uh,
but
anyway,
I'm excited for you to go to Israel. I think it's going to be a wonderful experience, and I
yeah.
really while you're there, you not only talk to Israelis and Jews, but you speak to all different kinds. There's Palestinians, there's Muslims, there's Arabs, there's Christians, there's Druze. The list goes on and on. In fact, there's actually an Armenian quarter. Speaking of Armenia, there's an Armenian quarter in Jerusalem, so you should check
Mm,
that. There's so many different kinds of people. It's really special. I really hope you get to get all different kinds of perspectives because you
yeah.
will. That is one thing about Israel. We are a real melting pot. Everyone thinks it's just like a bunch of white European Jews. Nah, you're gonna be so shocked when you get there. You're gonna be like, first of all, you're gonna be like, what? There's black Jews, there's Asian Jews, there's brown Jews, and then you're gonna be
Asian
like,
Jews,
oh
Asian
yeah,
Jews,
oh yeah.
Asians.
I
Ah,
swear to God, I know Asian Jews. For
you got the Asian
maybe
sauce.
we come in all shapes and colors, sizes. Like we,
What? Are you sure I'm not gonna move there? To be honest, yeah. If I go
you're
to
gonna.
Israel, if I go to Israel, yeah, and I see things just like work in a certain way for me, honestly, I can just move there because I have nothing keeping me here.
Yeah. I
Honest.
I just love it. And I think you mentioned to me before you're a Christian, so I think that like um I think you're going to fit in very well. There's a huge Christian community and I know there's a lot of Christians who feel very connected to the land because of Jesus and all the history on that land. So
I saw black people too.
it's like meaningful and uplifting experience like physically, mentally, spiritually. Um yeah.
Yeah, I saw quite a lot of black people too. Like there's this artist called Balishag. I
Yes.
saw like yeah, we had a chat, you
A
know.
rap spoke to
Yeah,
no,
we had a
this
chat
it's on YouTube.
on Tik we chat on TikTok and I think on Instagram. He was like,
Did you
bro,
you
check
did
out.
you record it?
Oh no, our talk. No,
Yeah.
it was a message. Like we
Oh,
just DM, just
that,
DM. Yeah, we had a chat in it. So I'm like, cool, cool, cool. He was so surprised that I liked his song. I was like, yeah, man. Then we talked and he was like, oh, he's got this new banger as well that's just come out too. I said, yo, really? Then we just like, okay, cool, man. I'm gonna see that still. So like I could see like there's the black culture there as well. I mean, like to be honest, yeah, when I go to countries, I look for black people. I definitely look for black people.
Yeah.
So I can imagine a Jew going to a place looking for Jewish people because
Uh,
you need to find someone that you know you're on the same level with. I always do it. Then once I do it, I have a chat with them. I ask them questions of how the place is, and I listen to what they say. I take it with a pinch of salt, but I listen. You
yeah.
know, I like to be careful. Anyway, I have one more question for you.
Yeah, go for it.
Now, uh, what is an advice you would have for like young Israelis that want to move abroad from Israel? Like, what's something that you would tell
That's
them?
what you have for me? Don't
Do it.
don't fraud.
Please don't do it.
I think all
Please
Jews,
don't do it.
honestly, I think I think we're safer in Israel with rockets and missiles and terrorist attacks than we are in the diaspora. Simply because it is the only place in the world where we have the right to self-defend. When people come for our children and our lives, we can self-defend. Here in this country, for example, in Canada, we can't do much. We'll rally together and if someone's fighting, we'll fight back, but we can't do anything. We can't shut it down. The government doesn't take it seriously. And if you want to be an out and proud Jew or an Israeli, like, Israel's the best place for you. I, I, I'm seeing right now so many Jews leaving Canada and the States and going to Israel. Like, it's not safe for us anymore. It's becoming very popular. People are leaving. I don't know why someone would come here. It's a beautiful country. We have so much culture. Any kind of culture you want, we probably have it because we have been basically spread worldwide from
Mm.
big countries. So we have so much culture. Um, the food's incredible. The weather's beautiful. I mean,
The
I
people.
the people and the community and the energy is like next level. You just
So sorry. So you're telling me you have Asian Israelis as well,
yes, there's a
black
lot.
Israelis, then
Is
the mixed ones.
there's some mixed and there are some who are just Asian Jews. Oh
That's
yeah.
that's that's surprising. Like for me, surprising. Maybe blacks, yes, I understand there are black
I
ones.
think it's
White,
surprising. I
yeah,
think
but
the media,
Asian, I
I
was
think
like,
it's
what?
surprising to non-Jews because I think the media is very biased in their representation of Jewish people, and I think the kind of Jews that we see in the media are a very stereotypical kind of Jew. We see Adam Sandler. That's the stereotypical Jew. White guy, curly hair, talks with a strong New York funny accent, and that's what people see as Jews. But I mean, it's impossible for Jews to only look one way because we have been spread worldwide,
Mm,
and we have a history of genocide and systemic rape, and so
yeah,
therefore, Jews look like pretty much everyone. We look white, we are black, we are brown, we are Asian, we are literally every shade of the rainbow. Um, I see a D's mentioning about the B'nai Menashe. There is a group of Jews called B'nai Menashe. Those are the Jews who come from India, and
from
they
India.
Jews, but they look like they look Asian. But we have Asian Jews. There's the Kaifeng Jews from China. We have there's Jews in Japan. There's Jews everywhere, buddy. Like,
That's interesting.
my partner is a convert. Not all Jews are converts. She happens to be a black convert. She's a black Jew. People are always shocked to know that I have a black Jewish partner. I find it funny because I know black Jews who are not converts, who are born and raised fully black Jews, and they're shocked when they see these people. And it's so funny to me because I grew up with such a diverse community. I grew up in states in Canada where most Jews are white passing because most Jews in the States and Canada are refugees from the Holocaust, and from Europe. But Jews are not only in Canada and America. Like, I don't know why this is like we exist everywhere.
Yeah,
There's Jews from Nigeria. They're called the Igbo Jews. There's Jews from Ethiopia.
I
There's
heard
Jews.
of them.
Yeah, there's a lot of different kinds of Jews. They just don't get the media like spotlight the way Ashkenazi Jews do. I think it's easy to put us in a stereotype. It makes it easier to um, talk about us in a certain way, call us all
Yeah, it
rich.
fits the narrative.
If it's a narrative, but it's inaccurate, and I don't think that Ashkenazi Jews should not get representation. I think that our voices are important, and we are a big part of the community, and we've gone through a lot, and so our voices are very important.
Yeah, I agree.
Representation needs to be more. We need to have more representation. Um, like I love Adam Sandler, but I've seen enough of his movies. Let's bring someone else to the forefront. I mean, Tiffany Haddish, she's a black Jew. She's amazing. She's hilarious. And I tell people like there are black Jews. I'll mention someone like Tiffany, and they're like, "No way! I would never guess." And I'm like, "Why? Why would you never guess?" And I just think it just shows how if people can't understand that Jews come in all different shapes and colors, like how can you speak on our history, on our politics? Like you don't even know what we look like. You don't even know what we look like. How are you gonna speak for us? So it's
I have a suggestion. I have a suggestion. Like on Netflix, you could start a new series called The Original Black Jews, and then use black Jews to make the series shot in Israel. Yeah. Anyway,
coming out from Rudy Rochman called "We Were Never Lost." He's doing a documentary
I know
series
him.
on yeah. So he's doing a documentary series on the Jews of Africa. So they're primarily black Jews
Hmm.
to bring to light
Cool.
forefront that of like a huge part of our community that has been erased and forgotten by the rest of the world. We haven't forgotten them. We know they're our brothers, but to the rest of the world,
Love.
forgot they.
Yeah, love.
Oh, we love them. We love them.
We love you guys. Yeah, that's what Charlie's saying. We love you guys. We love you, and I'm saying that too. Anyway, Charlie,
Shady.
thank you so very much for your time. Actually, Charlie, what's it short for? Is it Charlotte?
It's just Charlie. My Jewish name is Shterna Sarah, and I was called Shterny my whole life.
Bernie.
Shterny, yeah, it means star. Um, and when I came out of the closet and I wanted to fit into the world, no one could really pronounce or remember my name, so
I'm
I
coming on. I want the world to know. Anything here coming out, I just hear, I'm coming out. I wonder.
world to know. Gotta let it show.
Oh, hey. Yeah, that's gonna be a
Gotta
vibe. When we
come
link
one time
up.
for
Pardon?
Shabbat. I said you
What?
gotta come with me one time. I've gotta have you for Shabbat.
Let's get it in
Let's do it.
Toronto. In Toronto,
Absolutely. Toronto, we can do Israel, wherever you'd like.
let's get it. Let's get it, man's my. You know, I've not traveled in a year. No. Oh, getting to. Well, last time I traveled was last year, February into March. That's like a year and a half. I've not like traveled. My passport is just there, dusty.
Oh God, buddy, you gotta book a flight. You gotta book.
Um, yeah, I got to book a flight, and I'm going to Israel soon. I'm gonna let you know when. Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah,
let you know when.
do.
But
Maybe
yeah,
I'll book a flight and come see you.
yeah, I'll shout you. Honestly, I'll say after this message,
Yeah,
I'll
my
send you
whole family's
details.
there. Like my cousins are there, my siblings are there. Like everyone's there. I have a I can't say who, but I have a family member in the army. I can't say because it's dangerous. He can get doxxed. But I
Oh,
have
sorry, Charlie. Sorry, Charlie. They're asking how can they follow you?
oh, you can follow me. My Instagram is Zionist and Hot. It's pretty easy. I'm a proud Zionist, a proud Jew, and I'm proudly very hot. So follow me
Say
there.
no more.
Yeah, follow me. I'm I'm always visiting. I'm going actually on Sunday, God willing. I'm looking forward to having some good Jewish Ethiopian food. They make some bomb.
Hey, I know, and they eat
Check
with
it
their
out.
fingers.
Yeah. Oh, the injera. Go try that. So good.
Amen.
But you're never gonna have better food. I swear. The food in Israel is like
Yeah,
not off your socks. It's so good.
the
Uh,
hummus.
the hummus. We don't say hummus.
What was it?
Hummus.
Hummus.
Hummus. Can you say
Hummus.
It's in your
Twa.
hummus. You
Twa.
got it.
Kids, wait, Hakswa girl, what's the name? What's she say again? To us. Spit on that thing.
Yeah.
Hummus.
Did you say spit on that I'm dead.
Come on, spin on that thing.
Hummus. You got it. You'll
Hummus.
enough. You'll pick it up.
Cool,
But
cool.
yeah, do something. I would love to see you,
All
whether
right,
it's
cool.
London, Israel, wherever it is, brother.
All right,
Um,
cool, cool. That's it. I
like,
like that. We'll
yeah,
talk more later.
yeah. This was great. I expected you to ask me more questions, but this was perfect.
Oh
I was prepared for, like the emotional questions, but it was
no,
that
this is a vibe. Vibe.
was
You
a
know,
vibe. Good to
I
talk to
like
you.
that. All right, cool. We're gonna talk more. You have a lovely evening, and I'll
I know
DM you.
you're in a debate soon.
You're gonna have a debate soon, like a proper one. But it's like, excuse me. Oh,
I'm hoping we'll come to common ground and we'll just have some love for each other. That's the goal.
I mean, I hope I can facilitate that.
Yeah, I'm sure you
I'll
will.
do my best to be in between. I'll be like, yellow card, stop, yellow card. I'll be like, well, red card, you're out.
That's so funny. No, we'll keep it clean. We'll keep it respectful. I don't see why not. We are
That's it.
we're fighting. Hopefully, I think in each of our minds. I don't know. I think is a lot of hate in the community, but I do think that there are a lot of people there who want to have peace. So I'm
Yeah.
hoping that we're in the same place and we'll come to the same understanding and the same
Amen.
conclusion.
That's it.
It's all love here.
Anyway, Charlie, have a lovely, lovely evening, and then we'll talk soon. All right.
Get some sleep. I know it's late there for you in London.
I'm gonna go eat my spicy noodles first.
Oh, I'm jealous. I'm gonna go make some spicy noodles right now.
All
I'm
right.
gonna see you. Take care.
Peace out.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, I love you more than words can say. You are me. Oh, you are the light that shine in my way. You are me. Oh, I love you more than words can say. You are me. Oh, you are the light that shine in my way.